Hello, and welcome back to the channel. It's Demetrius again, and today we are going to see another mock speaking test. And in this mock speaking test, we will have part one topics, bikes and coins, and also in our part two topic, we'll talk more about confidence. And be sure to hang out until the end, watch the entire mock speaking test, and at the end, we will have vocabulary and the idioms that are most important for you so that you can get your 7 or better. So, the more idioms we learn, the higher our speaking score will be. So, watch to the end, and you'll have a presentation that will give you all the idioms that we cover in the mock speaking test today. So, without further ado, let's get started, and here is our mock speaking test.
This is the speaking test of the International English Language Testing System at the National and Kapodistrian University of Athens. The candidate is Yanni, candidate number 01413278, and the examiner is Michael, examiner number 43271. Good afternoon. My name is Michael. Would you please tell me your full name?
My name is Michael Montis.
And can I see your identification, please? Thank you. Now, in the first part of the exam, I will ask you some personal questions. Let's talk about your home or accommodation. Do you prefer living in a house or an apartment?
I prefer living in a house because it offers more space and privacy. I also enjoy having a yard where I can relax or, do some gardening. Apartments, they tend or can sometimes feel a bit cramped. And I like the independence that comes with a house.
Can you describe the place where you live?
I live in a 3-bedroom apartment in the city. It's on the 10th floor and has a great view of the skyline. The apartment is modern with an open plan living area and large windows that let in a lot of natural light. It's cozy and convenient, and it's close to shops and to the public transportation.
What room does your family spend most of the time in?
My family spends most of the time in the living room. It's where we relax, watch TV, and talk about our day. We have a comfortable sofa, and it's warm, inviting space where everyone feels at home. We also enjoy eating there together, sometimes especially to watch a movie while having some dinner.
Now let's move on to talk about bikes. Did you have a bike when you were young?
Yes, I did. I had a little blue bike with training wheels when I was about 5, I remember. I was over the moon when I got it, and I used to ride it around the neighborhood almost every day, no kidding. It was a huge part of my childhood.
Do you have a bike now?
No, I don't have one at the moment. I've been thinking about getting one though. Maybe for some light exercise or short trips. Right now, I usually walk or drive wherever I need to go.
Do you often ride a bike now?
Not really. Since I don't own a bike, I rarely get the chance to ride. But if I rent one or borrow one from a friend, I do enjoy taking it for a spin, especially on some nice trails or in the park.
Are bikes popular in your country?
Definitely. Biking is huge in our country. A lot of people use bikes to get around, especially in cities where traffic can be a nightmare. These days, you see tons of shared bikes everywhere, which makes it super convenient to hop on one and just go.
Did you ride a bike when you were little?
Absolutely. I was always on my bike when I was a kid. After school, I'd race around with my friends and explore the neighborhood. It was such a fun way to pass the time, and it gave me so much a real sense of freedom.
Now let's move on to talk about coins. Do you often carry coins with you?
I don't usually carry coins with me. They tend to weigh me down, and I prefer to keep things simple. I find it easier to rely on cards or mobile payments, which fit seamlessly into my life.
Have you ever collected coins?
I never really got into any coin collecting. I mean, it's a fascinating hobby for some, but I don't have the patience to dig deep into it. I have friends who have a real knack for it, and it seems to hit the jackpot with some rare finds.
Is it convenient to use coins?
Using coins can be a bit of a mixed bag. On one hand, they're handy for small purchases, like grabbing a coffee. On the other hand, just fumbling around for change can be a real hassle, especially when you're in a rush.
Do you use coins in your daily life?
Coins don't play a big role in my daily life. I might have a few jingling around in my pocket, but most of the time I go for cashless transactions. It feels like I'm living in the fast lane with all this technology.
Did you use coins as a child?
Oh, absolutely. As a kid, coins were my treasure. I remember saving up my pocket money to buy little treats or toys. It felt like I was on a mini adventure every time I counted my coins to see what I could afford.
Now I'm going to give you a topic. You will have 1 minute to make some notes and 1 to 2 minutes to speak. Here is a piece of paper and a pencil for making notes. I want you to describe something you did in your study or work that has made you feel confident.
One experience that really gave me a leg up in terms of confidence happened during my final year of university. It was about 6 months before graduation, and I was thrown into the deep end with a group project for one of my business courses. We were tasked with developing this full marketing plan for an actual real company and then presenting it to both our classmates and to company executives. So at first, I wasn't sure how it would go because I had butterflies in my stomach about doing any kind of presenting in front of especially professionals. However, I decided to take the bull by the horns and volunteer to lead the team. Taking this responsibility for organizing everything and developing the final presentation was a real challenge. Uh, we spent weeks burning the midnight oil, gathering data, analyzing market trends, and putting strategies together. I also made sure we were on the same page as a team, dividing tasks and rehearsing our presentation. So on the day of the presentation, everything went smooth as silk. I felt confident, spoke clearly, and didn't miss a beat. The executives were impressed, and we received some glowing feedback from both them and our professors. This experience made me feel confident because it showed me that with enough preparation and teamwork, I could rise to the occasion and handle any difficult tasks under pressure. It was absolutely a turning point for me, and I realized that I had what it takes to lead and to communicate effectively. I was again over the moon with our success, and it definitely gave me a newfound belief in my own abilities.
Thank you. May I have the paper and the pencil back, please? We've been talking about something that makes you feel confident, and now I'm going to ask you a few more general questions related to this. How can a person become more confident?
To become more confident, a person really needs to step out of their comfort zone. It's all about taking those baby steps, trying new things, and not being afraid to fail. Each small victory builds momentum, and as soon as they'll find themselves walking tall and owning their space.
What can teachers do to help their students become more confident?
Teachers can really make a difference by being like cheerleaders for their students. Encouragement goes a long way. When they celebrate even the smallest achievements, it's like you're giving students a boost of rocket fuel. Creating a safe space where students feel free to express themselves is also key, as it allows them to spread their wings without fear of judgment.
How can teachers help their students become more confident by rewarding them for studying?
By rewarding students for their hard work, teachers can light a fire under them. Recognition, whether it's a simple well done or a tangible reward, can give students the confidence to keep pushing themselves. When they see that their efforts pay off, it's like planting seeds of motivation that will grow into a thriving garden of self assurance.
What can teachers do to make studying more interesting?
To make studying more interesting, I think teachers they should begin to think outside the box. Like incorporating games or some hands-on activities can turn a really dull, boring lesson into a real page turner. Uh, when students are engaged, it's like pulling back the curtain on a world of possibilities, making learning feel less like a chore and more like an adventure.
Thank you very much. That is the end of the speaking test.